What truly matters as we age? Have you ever wondered what really matters when you reach your later years? When I moved into a nursing home at 81, I thought I had a good idea of what to expect. But after a year of living here, I discovered that aging is full of surprises. Some uplifting, some challenging, and some that completely reshape the way I see life. In this video, I'll share 7 life-changing lessons I learned after a year in a nursing home. These insights can help you or a loved one navigate aging with wisdom and grace. Some of these lessons might confirm what you've suspected, while others may challenge your thinking about growing older. By the end of this video, you'll have a deeper understanding of what it truly means to age well, and maybe even see your own future in a new light. Stay with me until the end because the final lesson had the biggest impact on me, and it might just change how you approach your own journey through aging. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos on aging, wisdom, and living well. Let's dive in. Lesson 1. Loneliness is a choice, not a sentence. When I first moved into the nursing home, I expected loneliness to be a constant companion. I had lost my spouse, my children were busy with their own lives, and many of my old friends had passed away or moved far away. Loneliness felt like something I would just have to accept. But after a year, I realized something that completely changed my perspective. Loneliness is not a condition, it's a choice. I observed 2 types of people here. One group stayed in their rooms all day, waiting for someone to visit, convinced that no one cared about them. The other group made an effort, walking down the hall, smiling at others, starting conversations, and engaging with people. The difference? Their mindset. Margaret, one of the happiest people I met here, had no family nearby and no visitors. Yet she was always cheerful. I asked her how she stayed so positive, and she said, "I knock on doors, sit at full tables, and never wait for happiness to find me. I go looking for it." This taught me that happiness doesn't just come to us, it's something we have to reach for. So, instead of staying in my room, I started greeting people in the hallways, joining card games, and learning people's stories. The more I put myself out there, the more people responded. I realized loneliness isn't about being alone. It's about staying disconnected. If you ever feel lonely, ask yourself, am I waiting for someone to come to me? Or am I taking the first step? Those who reach out find companionship, purpose, and joy. Lesson 2. Independence fades faster if you let it. When I first arrived, I noticed a pattern. Residents who were once capable of doing things for themselves gradually stopped trying. Richard, a strong, self-sufficient man, began asking for help with even the smallest tasks. At first, it seemed harmless, but over time, he became weaker and more dependent on others. I realized that independence doesn't just disappear overnight. It fades away in tiny, seemingly insignificant moments. I decided to make a rule for myself. If I can do it, I will do it. I take the stairs when I can, dress myself every morning, and get up and move, even when I don't feel like it. Aging doesn't take away your independence in one fell swoop. It happens gradually, through small choices. So, if you're still living independently, keep doing what you can because the moment you stop, it's hard to get it back. Lesson 3. Health declines when routine disappears. Some residents here seem sharp, engaged, and full of life, while others seem to fade away. At first, I thought it was about health. Some people are just stronger than others. But I soon realized the key difference was routine. Take George, for example. A retired teacher in his late 80s, George stuck to a strict daily routine, waking up at the same time, shaving, dressing neatly, and taking a walk before breakfast. He was always alert and present. Meanwhile, others had no structure at all. They slept in, skipped meals, and let the days slip by. The difference in their health was striking. I realized quickly. Routine isn't just about structure, it's what keeps us engaged with life. I now make it a point to have a plan for each day. Get up, shower, eat meals at set times, read, and even move my body. The people who keep to a routine stay sharper and more active. If you want to stay independent for as long as possible, build a simple routine and stick to it. Lesson 4. Your attitude shapes your experience. When I first arrived, I assumed that the happiest residents were those in the best health. The ones who could still walk easily, had frequent visitors, and no major health problems. But I quickly realized that happiness isn't about your circumstances. It's about your attitude. I met Eleanor, an 86-year-old woman with severe arthritis. Despite her limitations, she greeted everyone with a smile, never missed a chance to share a kind word, and focused on the positive. Her mantra: happiness isn't about what happens to you. It's about how you decide to see things. I've met people with fewer struggles than Eleanor who were miserable, constantly complaining about what they'd lost. Aging brings change. But we can choose to focus on what we still have, not just what's gone. The happiest people I've met aren't those in perfect health. They're the ones with the best mindset. Lesson 5. Family visits are unpredictable, but friendships sustain you. I thought family visits would be the highlight of my days, and at first they were. But as time went on, the visits became less frequent. Life got busy for everyone. Initially it hurt. I found myself waiting, hoping, and feeling disappointed when the phone didn't ring. Then I realized something important. Family is important, but it's friendships that keep you going. Albert, a man with a son who visited only a few times a year, never seemed lonely. He spent time with friends in the nursing home, enjoying coffee, playing cards, and sharing meals. When I asked him how he stayed so positive, he said, "I stopped counting the visits and started counting the people who are here every day." I learned that instead of waiting for family to visit, I should invest in the relationships I have here. It's the people who show up every day that bring the most joy. Lesson 6. The past becomes more vivid, but the present still matters. As I get older, I find that memories of the past feel sharper, more vivid. I remember the smell of my mother's kitchen, the songs on the radio, and the laughter of old friends. But sometimes, it's harder to remember what I had for lunch yesterday. I met Frank, an 89-year-old man, who would only talk about his past. He had no interest in the present, as if he had decided his life was over. Then there was Helen, 84, who also loved reminiscing, but she stayed engaged with the present. She once said, "I have more yesterdays than tomorrows, but that doesn't mean today doesn't count." The past is a gift, but don't let it steal your present. Life may not look the same as it once did, but it's still happening. Stay present, keep living, and savor what's left of your days. Lesson 7. Small pleasures make a big difference. As we age, our world naturally becomes smaller. Major milestones fade, and what remains are the simple routines and tiny pleasures of everyday life. I've seen people find joy in the smallest things, like a warm cup of coffee, a favorite song, or the feeling of sunshine on their skin. One of the happiest residents, Harold, finds immense joy in a single butterscotch candy. It's a small, simple ritual, but it brings him comfort and connection. Happiness doesn't always come from big events. Sometimes it's in the small things, the first sip of tea, the sound of birds outside, or a kind conversation. If you can learn to savor those small moments, life becomes brighter, no matter what stage you're at. Final thoughts. Aging is what you make of it. After a year in a nursing home, I've learned that aging isn't just about growing older. It's about how we choose to live the years we have left. Independence, loneliness, health, attitude, friendships, and small pleasures all play a huge role in how we experience this stage of life. So, embrace what you have. Make the choice to stay active, stay connected, and cherish the small moments. Aging isn't the end. It's just another chapter, and it can still be filled with joy, connection, and meaning. Let us know in the comments what one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it in your life. Your thoughts inspire us to continue creating content that makes a difference. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep bringing you meaningful content to inform and inspire. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.